Hello everyone, welcome back to Sketch by Sketch. Today I'm going to be doing a Christmas paint with me, and I'm also going to be giving you a holiday gift guide for artists this year. I know I might be a little late on the gift idea video because people are already starting to buy gifts, but hopefully it's not too late and you can get some good ideas from this. I'm going to try to just kind of talk about the items while I'm painting, and then give you like a pop-up image or like Amazon or something like that during the painting. This is a rather long painting. It's about 30 minutes. So I'm probably not going to be talking about gifts the entire time, but I'm going to get that out of the way in the first part of the video. So if that's what you came to watch, you can get the gift guide. And if you just want to paint along with me, then you can turn this on while you're drawing or something like that. So let's get right into the gifts. Alright, the first items that I want to talk about are markers. I've kind of split today's video up into categories, and then I'm going to list actual specific products. So the first category we're going to talk about is markers, and I have three different brands or options for you. All of this is from my personal experience, and I'm not going to recommend anything that I have not used. So the first brand is Ohuhu markers. I'd say they're the most affordable, but they really compete with Copic markers. They are amazing. If you do get some, I highly recommend you get the brush tip and not the fine tip. It might be a little bit more, I'm not sure, but either way, it's way more worth it to get those brush tip markers instead. So keep that in mind. Doesn't matter what style of art you like, those brush tips are going to help you. The next brand is Artify markers. I don't recommend them as much, but they're still nice markers. I would definitely gift them to someone if I was going to be buying someone a gift like that. I don't have a problem with them. I just think Ohuhu is better. And then the last brand of markers would be Copic. Now these are going to be definitely more expensive, but if you have someone who's wanting to get you a more expensive gift, then you could ask for Copic, a set of them. They come in many sets from 3 markers all the way up to 150, however many are in that giant set, I'm not sure. So definitely a large price range as far as that goes. So that is the markers I would recommend for this year that you ask for on your Christmas list. If you're wondering about the painting, I'm going to be doing it in gouache. This is an Arteza gouache. We're going to talk about it later because it is on the list. But I'm doing a different method this time. I'm just kind of following a video. If you're wondering why my phone keeps popping in, I'm following a tutorial online. I just found it. So this isn't really a tutorial. This is more just a paint with me as I figure out how to do this for myself, because I'm really not great at painting. This was more of just a fun thing for me to experiment with. So that's why I'm not explaining every little thing that I'm doing. But I did go ahead and mix a lot of the gouache with water. And then I'm just going in and adding kind of like a base tone. Like I'm planning on there being a tree where this green is, and then I wanted a yellow warm tone on my girl character over there, so that's why I just kind of colored that all in yellow. And so that's kind of what's going on with the painting. Alright, next category is pencils. I don't use pencils a ton, so I don't have a lot to say about them. I don't use them enough to really know what's great, but I have experimented with 2 different brands, and I recommend Ohuhu colored pencils. They come in a nice carrying case. I find them easy to use. They don't really break that often, so I think they are a good option. Definitely more affordable, but I can definitely tell a great quality difference in the Prismacolors. They are really amazing. They're really soft cored pencils, so they blend really easily, they go down on the page easily, and they really hardly ever break. So I definitely recommend going for the Prismacolor. Of course, I don't always want to recommend the more expensive item because I know some people don't really want to spend that kind of money on things like that. But just in my personal opinion, the Prismacolors are probably better, but I really enjoy using the Ohuhus as well. Next up is paint. Again, I don't paint a lot, but I do use a few different tools and things when I'm painting. So something that I don't really have an exact link for would just be some paint brushes. Amazon has tons of sets. It really just depends on your style of painting, on what type of set and what type of brushes you would need. So that's something you can research and find for yourself. But as far as the actual paint, I like to use Arteza paint products. I just find them to be the best affordable paint brand. So all of the paint, the acrylic, the gouache, and the watercolor, I all recommend from Arteza. The gouache I'm using today is from there. I've done several paintings with this gouache. It goes a long way, even though the tubes are small. It comes with plenty of colors, and gouache can be a very expensive paint. So definitely this more affordable option that still comes with many colors is a great thing for me to use if I'm planning on doing lots of different paintings. So definitely check out the Arteza store on their website or on Amazon. There's plenty more products other than just like acrylic, gouache, and watercolor, but those are the three that I've personally messed with, and I definitely really recommend them. I just thought I'd mention really quickly, I probably should have thrown this into the marker category, but line art pens is something that I always forget to ask for just because line art is a step that I'm not a super big fan of, but line art pens are something that run out quite often just because of how much you tend to use them when you're doing a finished piece and things like that. So I recommend either the Copic or there's this random brand on Amazon. I'm not sure what it is. If I can find it, I'm going to show you the picture of it, but if I can't, it's just any kind of waterproof line art pens should be okay. Just make sure they say waterproof, and definitely read the reviews and see if they actually are, but as long as it is waterproof, then your marker shouldn't smudge it and you should be okay. Alright, next up is sketching supplies. I definitely recommend the Colorase colored pencils from Prismacolor. These are what I typically sketch with just because they erase well. But if you don't care about the pencil being able to erase while you're sketching, then I would just pick up a pack of Crayola colored pencils. You don't need anything super fancy for this. Sketching is something that you can do in whatever materials you enjoy. So if you want to use a ballpoint pen or a regular mechanical pencil, any of that works. Also, a kneaded eraser is something that I use pretty much every day. It just doesn't create eraser shavings. It just picks up the graphite or whatever pencil you're using really easily, and it doesn't make a mess. It is something that you're going to need a new one probably every month or two. But they're super cheap. They're like $1. So if you're going to be asking for them, they come in packs. Like you can get a 5-pack. So I would definitely recommend getting a few of them at the same time. Also, for like a sketchbook, I always am going to recommend the Elo sketchbook. I discovered them a few years back, and they're just really nice. The paper quality is amazing. They never really fall apart or anything, and it's just a really maintainable size, the 8x8, and I just really like the square sketchbooks. So that is all of my ideas for sketching. Alright, now I just have kind of like some random things that don't really fit into a category. But the first would be just a pencil case. I don't travel and do art a lot, but if I am going somewhere and I want to bring some things with me, a pencil case is really helpful. And even if I'm just taking the supplies to my back porch or upstairs where I don't usually draw, it's a lot better to put everything into a little case rather than to just carry it all and throw it in a bag and your pencils get broken and things like that. Also, I'm not going to be showing you any images or anything for this section. This is all just personal preference, and you'll probably have to just choose it yourself, but it's just some ideas for you. The next item would be a desk organizer. If you have a desk where you specifically set at and do your art, then I recommend you get some desk organizers. This can be cups or pencil holders, or just things that set on the desk that keep everything nice and neat and organized, and it looks so much more professional and fun to sit down at a desk that has all these little desk organizers. You can even get them at like a dollar store, and it definitely will elevate your desk and look more professional. This is some books that you could get, or some hobbies that kind of relate to art. One would be picking up coloring books. I love coloring books, especially in the winter time. If I don't really feel like sitting down and drawing something, then I just grab a coloring book and I can color a little bit. It's just really fun, and I enjoy doing that. Another thing would be to get some Bible journaling supplies. This is something that I really like doing. Some highlighters, some pens. It's definitely a really fun way to do art while doing something else really important as well. So I always like to keep my highlighters and pens with me. Something else, this is the last item I have, is art inspiration books. A lot of movies or TV shows will have like the art of book. Like I have a Star Wars one and a Harry Potter one. It's just a bunch of paintings and drawings and inspiration, kind of as they were creating the movies and stuff. I just think they're very cool to look at and just kind of take some inspiration from and colors from yourself while you're creating art. So definitely check into some movies and things that you like and see if there's any books that go with them. Alright guys, I hope this was really helpful as far as the gift ideas. I'm going to continue working on this painting, but I'm going to put some background music in. I really encourage you to finish watching the rest of this painting. I think it turns out really cool in the end, and I was really excited to share this with you guys. So just turn this on maybe while you're drawing or just relaxing, and just enjoy watching the rest of it. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you got some awesome gift ideas, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye guys!